Hello, everybody. How are you today? Please let me know if you hear my voice clearly, and then we will start diving. I just need to get your response if you clearly hear me. Fantastic, cool. All right, let's get started then. So today, as I promised, we will dive into the e-learning, and we'll try to explore all the layers. Visio. Let me quickly explain myself first. My name is Mardan Aliyev. I am from Azerbaijan. I am an educator, trainer, and blogger. I am also Google and Pear Deck certified. So you can find me on social media: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, whatever your social media favorite social media platform is. I am all of those. So yeah, you can also scan the QR code that you see on the screen, and then you'll be connected with me on social media. All right, let's see what we are gonna do today. We'll be exploring the elements of course design for virtual learning. As you know, just planning, it takes a huge place in education, and particularly for e-learning, it is even more important. And and then we'll investigate what are the stuff, the elements, and the bullet points that an educator should think about before planning an online course. Okay. Then we'll also talk about different learning models for the coming academic year. Um, for different countries, for different conditions, it is different, and we'll try to touch all of those differently. And then I'll talk about different learning management systems and some alternative accessibility solutions. Okay, and then all together we'll also experience an interactive online lesson run by Pear Deck. So as you see here, we have 4 different sections, but the last section, the Peer Deck one, I will not have a, let's say, a separate session for that. Let's assume that our training, our workshop is an interactive online lesson. So that's why I want you to join my lesson, my interactive lesson, my interactive workshop now. For doing that, you need to have a device, a second device. It might be your cell phone, tablet, iPad, whatever you have with you. I want you to take it out and go to joinpd.com, and then you will be prompted to enter a code. Just enter the code MIMLN. Please note that this is not an I between M and N. This is L. Okay. So, and I'm waiting for you to join. All right. Okay. So if you joined us now, guys, please have a second device. It might be your phone, iPad, or tablet, and go to joinpd.com. Okay, on the web browser, whatever you use, Safari, Opera, Google Chrome. And then you need to enter the code MIMLN, and 2 students already connected. Very good. 3. I will wait 1 more minute for you to connect. Again, if you joined just now, you need to go to joinpd.com with a second device. You can actually use the same device, but if you use the same device, you need to toggle between those tabs. I don't recommend that, but in case if you don't have any other device with you, you can do it. But I highly recommend to join with a different device. So you need to go to joinpd.com on the web browser, Chrome, Safari, Opera. On the link address, you need to write address bar. You need to write joinpd.com, and then you will need to enter a code, and code is MIMLN, lemon. This one, guys, here is not an I, it is L, lamp, lemon. Okay. All right. 1 more minute. Let's wait 1 more minute. Again, you need to go to joinpd.com and you need to enter this code MIMLN. So good. Let me write it as a comment. If okay. MILMLN. Okay. Okay. So guys, let's get started. I guess we can start now. All right, please, at the moment you'll see a location icon on your screen. I want you to drag and drop it to a place that you are joining from. And let me see the attendees where they are. All right, so okay, people are looking for their locations. This is world map. Yeah, I know that it might be a little bit difficult to exactly find it, but I guess you will figure that out. Okay, cool. Let me give you 1 minute to complete your exploration. Okay. All right, 30 seconds left. Cool. Yeah, someone is joining from the ocean. We have one location over here is in the ocean, you know. Okay, if I can also see one by one, but for the draggable task, it is better. Yeah, cool, cool. Hey, Keva, welcome. Please go to joinpd.com and enter the code MIMLN. Oh, time is up. Okay. If you like this activity, guys, I give you 1 more minute to play with your location icon. And drag and drop it wherever you are on the earth. All right, cool. Okay, 30 seconds left. It is fun. Kids love it. All right, cool. Time is up. Time is up. Uh, let me leave it. Let me leave it. Again, guys, if you joined us now, please go to joinpd.com and enter the code MIMLN. Okay. So good. We have sort of international audience over here, and I'm sure we will all enjoy it. So now again the same scenario. You at this point you need to drag your icon to a picture that you feel like. So we have 6 different characters over there, and I hope they will all make you smile. So just pick one. Let me see. Okay. So I feel like the majority of the audience, they are at home. They are sitting on the sofa. Cool. We have someone just waked up and just still sleepy. Okay. So okay, someone is eating. Okay. Cool. Yes, MILMN. That's correct, Keva. Oh, I guess no. It is not. MIMLN. Um, let me type. Okay. Actually, yes, MIMLN. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's move on. You totally okay. One of them still super sleepy. We have super sleep. I hope we will get your we can shake you up and we can we will wake you up soon. So guys, let's get started. So whatever the device that you used, joinpd.com. Actually, I for the people who joined us now, you should join the joinpd.com with a different device, not the same device. Like if you have phone, tablet, iPad, whatever, just you can use any web browser, Chrome, Safari, um, Opera. Just go to joinpd.com and enter the code MIMLN. So if you do it, we are fine. So guys, target number 1, explore the elements of course design for virtual learning. Let's see those elements. So guys, I have set and then picked 6 different elements for you. So element number 1, a teacher needs to think about an online meeting tool and a class rules. So in our real classroom, like face-to-face classroom, we have rules, right? Some rules, procedures, expectations. This is exactly the same for the online class, for the virtual class. We should have clear expectations and we should be consistent on that. And of course, online meeting tool obviously need to be there. So there are different tools I'll be talking about it a little bit more detailed in soon. So you need to pick the one that you are comfortable with, or your school. If this is chosen by your school, then you need to master that tool. Secondly, guys, a teacher needs to think about the main and supportive teaching resources. Whether this is book, then you should have an online digital book, PDF maybe, or a website that takes kids to that book. And then it's not limited to books, and I'll also talk about this stuff in detail. So number 3 is an effective tool for interactivity. So being able to just connect with kids on Zoom or Google Meet doesn't mean everything. It's not everything yet. You also need to figure that out how you will make it interactive. Okay, not just kids join and just sitting there and listening to you. This is not a good online lesson, right? So, and other than that, you also need to think about an assessment and academic honesty. The assessment takes huge part in teaching and learning, and in the online environment, it is a bit difficult and tough. So we need to figure that out. Social emotional learning. So this is also a huge part. It even if you don't do anything for social emotional learning, okay, if it is not in your plan, uh, kids get some sort of social emotional learning in school by just interacting with their classmates, just having arguments on the break time at recess, I don't know, losing their money or whatever, having some issues with their classmates. They might fight, they might cry, you know, they might experience different emotions. Okay, even if you don't think about this, even if not, I mean unplanned experiences, right? Not guided experiences. But in online environment, none of these happen. Okay, they don't come to school, they don't see their friends, they don't share food, they don't lose their money, you know. So they lose that part as well. So since this is the biggest part of the world, they stay their majority most of their time at home and stuck there, they can't do anything. So we need to think about this. We need to think about the kids' social emotional sides. Okay, and somehow we need to find a way of considering that in our planning. And I'll talk about this, don't worry. And so the last point is, okay, we have an online tool, we have a class rules, we have resources, we have an interactivity tool, we have assessments, we know how to figure the honesty out, we have some ideas for social emotional learning. Okay, but how to make all of these accessible? They are not in the kids are not in the classroom. They are far away. How we will get them connected, and how we'll make all of this stuff accessible to them? This is the last point that we need to think about. So now let's dive a little bit down. So online meeting tool and class rules. So probably you all are familiar with these names. I mean Zoom, Skype, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams. These are the the famous ones. Maybe there are some just they are not on the top, but maybe actually there are some other as well. But I guess these are the most famous ones, and I know you are. I'm sure you are familiar with all of this. So choosing an online conferencing tool. So some of you, for some of the some schools decide which tool they will be using. Okay, and in some cases you might choose whatever you are comfortable with. So if this is something school decides, then you have no option, you have no choice. You need to stick with it, and you need to master it in order to have a better um, online learning and teaching experience. Just make some like demo sessions with your friends, your family members, relatives, neighbors, whoever you wish to, and try all of those options, tools, just test them out, and then before trying it with your kids in your classroom. So, but if this is your choice, then you should experience all of these and pick the one that you are most comfortable with. So, and then second option is here, class rules. Guys, I have some recommendations for you for the virtual class rules, that what should definitely be there. But before that, I want you tell me, what is a must rule for the online learning from your perspective? What do you think that rule has to be there? Only one rule. I want you to tell me, to type only one rule that you think has to be there. Okay? In the next, let's say 1 minute, I want you to type it and let me know and let the other attendees know about that. Waiting for the responses. So the same link, the same code, guys. You just in your device, you will see a box to type, and you can type. I want you to type a rule, only one rule that you think it has to be there. This is an expectation from your students. Like your students has to do this or needs to follow this, whatever. All right. Respect the speaker. Good. Mute your microphone. That's also good. Rule. I like it. Mute your microphone all the time so kids don't have voice, will not have voice in your classroom. Okay, MIMLN. Okay. All right, let's see what we have. Ah, okay, okay. I will also share my recommendations, guys, a little bit later. I guess we are good. We are good. Uh, okay, so guys, now we also need to think about main and supportive teaching resources. This might be a textbook, digital textbook, PDF, or a link that takes kids to that book. You can think about YouTube videos that maybe there is a YouTube channel that supports your content, your grade level, subject area. There might be there are definitely some websites that support your content, and I highly recommend a search for it and figure that out. And lesson recordings also might be a good resource for your kids if you can afford to record your lessons and you can share them with kids. Then those who might miss it or who needs a little bit more time than others, they can rewatch that recording multiple times. So that's the advantage of recording your online lessons. So for example, in my case, I always record my lessons. I have a list of websites such as khanacademy.org that I use every day, mostly every day. I have YouTube channels that deliver and post um, math content. Like I love it, and I also have a PDF and actually also a web link of my textbook in case kids need it. Actually, I always post it and it is accessible to kids and they know where it is and how to access it. So you need to think about your grade level, your subject area, and these are the resources that you might think of. All right, now an important part, one of the most important part is an effective tool for interactivity. Okay, so let's think. Here you see a list of tools that I made. These are the, let's say, I would say the golden list. On the top, we have Pear Deck, my favorite one. We have Nearpod, Jamboard, Google Jamboard, and Padlet and Flipgrid. As you see, in some of those tools, we have 1 star. Some of them we have 2 stars. So I highly recommend to use Pear Deck, Nearpod, and Google Jamboard for asynchronous and synchronous learning. You can use it in both cases. But for Padlet and Flipgrid, you should use for asynchronous activities. I guess it would work better. So basically, um, these tools will let your kids to be active in your lessons, not just sitting there and listening to you. They can interact with you, with your prompts, questions, problems, discussions, and you will see their responses on your screen. So we all know that letting kids like like having letting kids to have a voice in your online classroom, actually not only in your online classroom but both in person and online, it is really important. But letting kids have their voice, the voice is not in literal meaning. Like it doesn't have to be a physical voice like audio voice. You can get kids voices in different ways. You can get kids voice as a text response, drawing response, dragging response, multiple choice, the voice is not in just that. It doesn't mean just they have to unmute themselves and they have to talk. No, and it is actually a challenge on the online lessons, like getting their voice only using mics. It is number one. It is time consuming. Number two, not everyone is comfortable with talking to you. Okay, they would be more comfortable when typing or drawing or something different than they physically talk. And so these tools let you have your kids' voices in your classroom, okay? And in different ways, and in colorful ways. And I highly recommend you should have at least one of them in actually two of them for asynchronous and synchronous learning, at least two of them in your toolkit to have a successful online teaching, okay? So these are my recommendations for interactivity. And guys, these tools might look new to you. That's totally fine. And you can find them on YouTube. They have YouTube channels, billions of tutorial videos, like webinars. You know, they are explaining everything. Just check them out, and you will love it. I'm sure you will love it. So now, please tell me which of these you are already familiar with. Like maybe you have used one of those, or just maybe you haven't used them, but you know how it works, and you are gonna use it. Just in the next, let's say 1 minute, let me know which one you are familiar with. So we have one person say, Padlet. Oh, Flipgrid we have, Nearpod we have. Oh, someone is changing. All right, at the moment, guys, I'm using Pear Deck. This is a Pear Deck run lesson. So if you would choose Pear Deck, this is how you will end up, what you will end up with. Good. 10 seconds. Make your final decision. Okay. Okay, good. We have two-person like Padlet and Pear Deck. It's just the queens of the day. All right, let's move on. So another important, one of the most important topic, guys, in the online lessons is assessment and academic honesty. We know how to do the assessment in the classroom, but when it comes to online distance, then it's a challenge. We all know that, right? So let's talk about some assessment, some tools that they let you assess your kids formatively and summatively, and I'll also talk about academic honesty, how to solve that issue. Okay, guys. Again, you see list of tools. We have some of them again, 1-star and 2-star, and the tools, for example, Kahoot, Quizlet, Quizzes. I highly recommend to use these tools for some formative assessment, like daily check-ins, like quick check-ins. But Google Forms, Socrative, Go Formative for summative assessments. They really work very good for formative assessment, for summative assessment. Sorry. Of course, you can also use these tools also for formative assessment, but they have more they are more serious, I guess, and they have options like to to just, let's say, shuffle the question order, answer order, so public the answers. You can give feedback. So these are amazing tools. So in terms of, guys, in terms of academic honesty, okay, I just want to. I highly recommend that we change our approach for the assessment. Like instead of giving multiple choice questions, which is there is high possibility for the kids they might copy one another, and they can. This is easy to have an answer for multiple choice. Okay, I highly recommend to have performance based tasks, like do something, like explain something, you know. And if it is performance based, so yeah, kids might get help from their parents, they might get help from their friends, but this is their work, you know. This is them talking to you, this is them explaining something, this is them drawing a picture of whatever, you know. And we have some tools, Padlet and Flipgrid, make this issue solved. So for the Padlet, is basically an virtual, let's say, board. There's a poster that kids can write there. They can post a picture. They can post a link. They can post a video. Okay, it supports the majority of the creativity ways and channels. So and then Flipgrid is an amazing for the video. Let's say, so whatever you can ask something like kids needs to explain you as a video. And the amazing stuff for the Flipgrid is you can set a time. For example, you can ask, I want my kids to film 5 minutes video, 3 minutes video, 1 minute video. Okay, so kids can record themselves multiple times. If they think, okay, the first draft is not good enough, let me record one more. Let me record one more. Okay, they can do it. And so actually they have made an amazing update recently on Flipgrid, which is you can use your half of your screen as your profile. You will appear there, and then the rest of the screen you can use as a board. You can write there. You can drag and drop pictures. You can type. You can like write as a pen or marker. You can use your finger, and these tools are accessible from all devices, on all devices, whether it is iPhone, tablet, whatever, computer, desktop computer, laptop computer, whatever your kids have. They just need to have a internet connection. That's all. And Padlet and Flipgrid, they inspire you to have a performance-based tasks. Okay, and then there is very small possibility for kids, like for the academic honesty, like to be down if you ask a performance-based task for a summative assessment, for example. You can say. So another issue is you might have this question at the moment. Okay, there is so performance-based task is not something like project-based. So there are difference between project-based and performance-based. On the project-based, you need to have a product, okay? And if you have it, kids can show the product to you, but you don't know exactly if kids did it on their own or someone else did it for them. But the performance base is something that kids needs to be there. Their voice needs to be there. Whether it is a presentation, kids needs to record that presentation and send it to you. Whether it's an audio, it needs to be kids audio, okay? And if it is video of the kid explaining something on the paper or solving a problem and explaining it step by step, again, it is kid. Yes, before the recording, someone might help him, but that's okay. I'm sure it is much better than multiple choice questions. At this point, I want you to tell me an example of performance-based task. For example, from your perspective, just whatever the subject area you come from and grade level, tell me a performance-based task as an example, okay? So let's say in the next 1 minute, I'll get your responses. Only one performance-based task. What do you think it might be? You can think of your grade level, your subject area. Again, you will type from your next device, whatever you joined my lesson. Like if it is tablet, just go to your tablet. It should be there somewhere. Python. Yeah, that's cool idea. Yes, that's performance-based task. Amazing. Oh, it is locked. Okay, I'll give you some more time. No worries. Okay. Okay, good. All right. Concept that has been tough. Yes, that's good. That's good. Making a Python videos is a cool idea actually. I love it. I love it. Let me move on. Social emotional learning, guys. Social emotional learning. I've already talked about this. This is a critical point, specifically in this period of time where the kids have spent most of their times at home. Minimum social interaction with the earth, with the world, with their friends, whatever. And so uh, we need to think about this. We need to care about this. Okay. And again, I again want to highlight these tools, Flipgrid and Padlet. They are amazing for social emotional learning. So the idea is once you ask them to, you can make a daily check-in. You can say, um, tell me about the Netflix show that you are recently watching in 1 minute, okay? And they will all post their videos. And the issue is, and the brilliant side is, the kids will see each other's videos. They can comment on each other videos, okay? And then this is a good community. Um, like you'll have a good community relationship. Like kids will can interact with you and also with their classmates, okay? And on Padlet, the same. So on Padlet, it's not a video. It's a not only video, but they can also add text, images, videos, and the links. And then again, their classmates can comment on it. They can like it. Okay. For example, you can ask uh, kids to explain some stuff based on your content subject area for 2 minutes, for example, and you can ask your kids, okay, everyone has to comment on 3 of their classmates. So kids needs to look at those videos and they have to comment on it, what went good, what needs to be improved, and whatever. So by the way, guys, before all of this stuff, you also need to talk about digital citizenship. The kids needs to be aware that what can they say, what they can type, what's the polite way of commenting, and basically being a good digital citizen. They need to know all the requirements, and you need to also talk about a digital footprint. Okay, these stuff are really critical before using almost any online tool, any digital tool like Flipgrid and Tablet, actually Padlet. Okay, so these tools are amazing for social emotional learning, and I highly recommend using at least one of those and considering it in your course design. All right, now we are at the last stage of our course design, which is accessibility. All right, we have we have several tools, resources, and stuff. Okay, are these accessible to the kids, or this is just on paper in our room? So that's the big question. And for accessibility, there are platforms called LMS or learning management systems that will make all of this stuff accessible to your kids. So these are the tools that your school probably subscribed to, and you it's free for you to use, but most of them, they are not actually free. And so you can post all of those stuff and make it accessible to your kids. We have a special section for the learning management systems, and I'll give you deeper understanding what they are, how they work, and I'll also give you and share with you some uh, some alternative free accessibility solutions. Okay. So for now, we have explored all the elements of course design for online teaching. Okay, and for now, if you have any question, please let me know, and then we'll continue with the next section. Oh, wait. Mm, okay. Okay, now waiting for your questions, guys. If you have any question for now, please let me know. All right. And all right, now it looks good, I guess. All right. Okay, cool. So there's a question asking what performance task-based task I use. I I actually like videos. I am a YouTuber. I don't have billions of subscribers, but just a tiny person on YouTube. So I encourage my kids to film some stuff that I assign them to do, like explaining how how let's say addition of fractions with different denominators work. For example, how to add fractions with different denominators. After teaching the concept, each kid might make a short video explaining how that works. Of course, I most of the time assign different topics for different kids, and I take their explanation in the video format and I share it with other kids. And actually, in this case, I also check their knowledge, and at the same time, they also learn from one another. Sometimes some of the kids might explain that concept better than me. It happens sometimes. So, and I'm proud of that. I'm happy with that. But this is the way one of the way I use performance-based, okay, tasks. I hope I answered your question. All right, let's move on. So now let's explore different learning models for the coming academic year. That's a hot topic now, right? Some of you probably already started the school, and some of you are planning to start soon. And maybe in some schools they have already decided what their classroom will look like in the fall. Some of them are still in the process of that decision making. Okay, and so we will see, and I hope whatever your school decides will work best. So basically, guys, learning, we have two types of learning: synchronous learning and asynchronous learning. Some people think like these terms are only related to e-learning, okay, virtual learning, but it's not true. Synchronous and asynchronous terms, they are not only related to online learning. It is related, these are related to any type of learning. If learning happens all together at the same time, whether it is a classroom or an online environment, Zoom meeting or whatever the tool you use, if it happens at the same time all together, then it is a synchronous learning. Again, whether it is a classroom or online environment, or online video conferencing tool, or room, we might say. And the second type is asynchronous. It means the learning happens like in different places at different times. Okay, so kids can learn uh, on their own pace. One of them can learn in the morning, one of them in the afternoon or evening, whatever they are comfortable with. So again, whether it is in the classroom, actually not in the classroom, um, let's say for example, if we think back when everything was normal, we was teaching in schools. So the asynchronous learning might be something that you assign for homework. Okay, might be something like, even let's say kids are in the classroom but they are working on different tasks, and they might have maybe group works. They might be in different groups, but they are on their own pace. So this might be an example of asynchronous learning in the classroom in normal conditions. But in this case, in the online learning, for example, you can assign a video and to watch at home, okay, and kids needs to answer several questions related to that video. Okay, this might be an asynchronous learning. So, for example, Ahmad might watch that video at 10 o'clock. Ali might watch that video at 8 o'clock or 6 a.m. maybe, So they don't have to be watching and doing it at the same time. So this is sort of flexible. So we have asynchronous learning and synchronous learning. I just wanted to clarify this at the beginning. So now let me ask a question to you now at this point. Let's say you are the person who makes this decision. Okay, you are the person who decides whether you will go in person, whether you'll go online, or sort of hybrid model. Okay, if you are the person who decide this, what you would choose? Please, in the next 1 minute, let me know. So we basically have three options: in person, online, and hybrid model. And I'll talk about all of those in a second. Before I want to know what you would choose if you decide. Okay, let's say you are a Minister of Education, and you decide what's going to happen in the coming academic year. What you would decide: in person, um, hybrid, or fully online? Waiting for your responses. All right. We have people saying in person, hybrid model. Okay, let's complete survey for the in the next 30 seconds. Okay, people love in person. They miss school. So this is normal, I guess. All right. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. And now let's say what I would decide if I am that person who make this decision. Okay. So for me, I'm a math teacher, so I'll look at this situation from the probability perspective. Okay. For me, there are totally three different scenarios. So scenario number one is, let's say this, let's say situation, the current situation, the pandemic is over. Somehow it is over. Let's say. I know it sounds like a dream, but I hope actually we will figure that out soon, and everything will be okay. But for the short time, it might look like a dream. At least this today is August 25th, so some schools already started, and some of them are starting in a couple of days. So I don't think there's gonna be a huge change in with the current situation that we have now. But let's say we have it. Let's say it is over. So if it is over, as you see, we have a green light. I would go to school in person. Okay, normally. So this picture has taken in May, in the last spring term in China. As you see, kids are on masks and they have like very cool, uh, let's say, um, hats, let's say, or just for the social distancing. And I would still go with those procedures like masks and social distancing, but I would definitely go in person. So, and then the reason why I would do this, like social distancing and masks, just in case, because just preventing some um, unwanted situations, like because we are going towards fall, and uh, the weather condition will be a little bit colder than it is now. So there is a possibility that we might have. Actually, I'm a little bit, let's say, nervous maybe for having something similar. Maybe that's why at least for a while social distancing and the masks would be there in my case. So second scenario, guys, is we still have it, and there's no control on it, and cases are increasing. So we still have this nightmare. Okay, I would say. Of course, in this case, I would go with fully online, fully remote. Okay, but in case if I decide to go to fully online, I would pick flipped classroom model for online learning. So let's go a little bit details of flipped classroom model. So basically, for the flipped classroom model, whatever the kids do in class, they do it at home, and their problem solving takes place in classroom mostly. So basically, teacher send his or her pre-recorded lesson explanation to home as a homework. Kids watch that recording at home, and then when they come to live class, let's say Zoom or Google Meet, they mostly spend that time for discussions, inquiry, activities, and problem solving. Okay, and similar stuff. It is not lecturing. So lecturing just is recorded and sent home as a homework. So kids are expected to watch that video before coming to the live class. All right. So then teacher prepares some engaging activities, interactive activities that we have already talked about. I have mentioned several tools like Pear Deck, Jamboard, or Nearpod, and then kids interact with their teachers and with their classmates. And it's a way better than lecturing, okay? And so actually this is not for only flipped classroom model was there for decades. It's not something new. It's not related to online lessons, virtual learning only. And I know some teachers that they was using this. They were using this method even we were in person at school. Okay, and there are some benefits. And number one benefit is uh, kids get bored after a couple of minutes. They can't listen to you for 10 minutes, 15 minutes explaining you stuff. Okay, but when you send the recording at home, they can watch it whenever they want, and they can watch it multiple times. If they don't understand it, they can watch it multiple times. That's a good because the the processing speed of the people of the kids are not the same. They have different processing speeds. So some of them they are very fast, some of them are slow. So this method met all of those needs, all of those different learning needs. Okay. So if this situation is not under control, okay, this nightmare, I would say, I would go fully online with flipped classroom model. I would ask teachers to record their lessons and send home as a homework. And then when the kids join Zoom meeting or Google Meet, they will just continue with the activities, problem solving, discussions, you know, Q&A sessions or whatever, just interactive stuff, not lecturing. Because actually on the online lessons, when you lecture on the online, sometimes kids might lose internet connection, something might happen to them in the live lesson, so they will miss the important part. So that is a huge issue. And then at this point, actually, there is a question probably in your mind that how you will make sure that kids watch that video, right? So for this case, I would recommend to have a couple of questions as well related to that video. Okay, kids needs to watch that video and answer several questions. You can ask that questions on Google Forms, or you can make an Edpuzzle. You can use an Edpuzzle. There is a tool called Edpuzzle. You upload your video, and in particular spots within the video, you can ask questions. Okay, let's say you are explaining a concept, and that concept has sub parts. Let's say 5 sub part, and in each part, after explaining a part of puzzle, you can ask a question. And then on the Edpuzzle, you can keep track of who watched the video, who answered those questions, who answered them correctly, who answered them wrong, whatever. Everything is that Edpuzzle will give you that data. If you don't want it that complicated, you can ask just a couple of questions on Google Form that in order to make sure that kids watched that video. Okay, or you can use Khan Academy. For example, if you are a math teacher, you can use Khan Academy, and on Khan Academy you can assign a video, okay, from your teacher dashboard, and if kids watch that video on your dashboard, you will see a tick. If they didn't, it will still be blank. So these are some couple of ideas in order to make sure that kids watched that your video, which is a requirement for the next day, right? So that's an important point. Actually, second recommendation might be the parents. You know, the parents always have been there as a third leg of the triangle. Okay, third vertex of the triangle. But now for the virtual learning, that we need that, that leg, we need that vertex more than ever, more than ever. So parent communication should have a huge part in this process, and then they should support you, making sure that their kids watch the video that you sent home. Okay, for example, after work they can watch the video together, their mom and dad, and they actually, that might be a good time to spend together. They can talk about it, they can ask questions each other, and then parents might be your, let's say, right hand in this process. So you need to make this relationship with those people, okay, are there, and they are happy to help you. They just need to know how. Okay, some parents, they might maybe don't help their kids. It is not because they don't want, it is because they don't know how. Okay, and this is our job as an educator to show them how to do it, and if they know it, and you'll be much better. So this is the second case, guys. Now, third case, as you see, we have a orange color. Third case is we still have a pandemic. We are still in that situation, but it is under control. So we have a certain number of cases every day, and it is decreasing. It is in decreasing, like a scenario, decreasing order, and so sort of under control. If I have that case, I would go with an hybrid model, a sort of hybrid model. You can, if you search on the Google, you will see different implementation of the hybrid model. So hybrid model is basically a combination of synchronous and asynchronous learning. So for the couple of days of the week, kids go to school, and rest of the week they stay at home and they complete asynchronously. All right. So at the moment, I will show you a model for the PST Global Academy in USA. This is an hybrid school, and they are there since 2009. Okay, and based on their schedule, their hybrid schedule, they have Monday online, fully online, and Tuesday kids come to school. Wednesday they have a different, let's say a bit different scenario for Wednesday. Wednesday they call open lab. Okay, technically it is, the school is there and teachers are there every day, but on Wednesday the kids go to school for some group works if they need extra help. School is still open, but kids take an appointment and they go to school for extra help, for extra in-person help. Not everyone, just a few people go there. So Thursday they still continue with in-person, and Friday fully online. So I told you kids go to school on the other day, but teachers are always there. And if it is an online lesson, if it is fully online, they deliver their lesson from campus. Okay, they operate from campus, but kids come the other day. So you know that the social distancing is a key for fighting with this virus, right? So actually, as you see, this school is not new. It is there since 2009. You would ask, okay, oh my God. So before virus, why would they do that? Why would they choose to to go with the hybrid model? So there was no problem, no COVID, no problem. So why they did this? So the reason why, actually, this is not the only school that operates like a hybrid model. There are maybe hundreds of schools over the world, maybe thousands of schools. You just need to search on Google, and it will pop up. They will pop up. So the reason why they did this is they know that the IT skills are on demand in all, let's say, the like sections in their career. Whatever you are going to be, a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, engineer, whatever, you will need those IT skills. And if you have it, if you have a better IT skill than others, it will be easy for you to go to the next position in your career. Okay? So, and then it is obvious that if you go one day in person, one day fully online, okay, you are increasing kids' digital skills twice, 2 times more than a kid who is going to school in person all the time. So when you do hybrid model, it means one day online, one day in person. And when it is online, the kids do lots of interact with lots of online tools, right? And they basically they improve their digital skills 2 times more than a person, a student that goes to school in person. So that's the idea. Basically, they want to improve their digital skills and they want also improve their self-management skills, time management skills, okay, and self-responsibility, and having that, let's say, self control on their learning, kids learning, okay. So I'm sure actually it is obvious that a kid who has completed his or her school year, let's say the whole school period as a hybrid model, that kid will have a better time management skills, will have a better like, IT skills definitely, and self-control, everything. That soft skills, let's say. He or she will have a better soft skills, better level of soft skills than the kid who goes to school in person. Of course, there might be some, let's say, some situations or some people that doesn't match this, let's say, comparison, but most of the time it will. And I also want to show you a person whose name is Emma Pass. She is one of the teachers in this school, and she's an excellent educator. She recently, actually not recently, maybe a month ago, she shared a PDF, free PDF. It is called the Hybrid Teacher Survival Guide. It is free. You can find her on Twitter. Her Twitter handle is Emma B Pass. So you can find her on Twitter and you can download this Hybrid Teacher Survival Guide. She explained everything, their approach, like procedures, assignments, the lots of tools, amazing tools that might be implemented in this hybrid model. Okay, you can download it for free. And huge thanks to Emma Pass for her fantastic input on this. So you can visit her and you can find her on Twitter. All right, so this is what I would decide if the virus is under control and we can go to school. And by the way, I forgot to mention that. So this is how they proceed before the pandemic. So after the pandemic, they made a small adjustment in terms of for let's say for the distance learning, okay, and actually not this social distancing. Sorry, they said okay, educators, the staff will go to campus every day, okay, but kids, let's say we have a class that we have 20 kids, right? They divide the kids into two groups, 10 and 10, and then for example, Monday, first group comes, the 10 kids come, and then second day, the other group come. All right. So basically, the group that they came Monday, they don't come Tuesday, they come Wednesday, for example, and the group they came Tuesday, they come on Thursday. So basically, school works every day with the half capacity. For example, if you can imagine a school has 1,000 kids, okay, so every day kids go to school, but every day at school you will have 500 kids, and in that case the teacher can separate the kids in order to provide the good social distancing, to meet the social distancing requirements, okay, and then that 10 kids, and then actually small classroom size will increase the quality of the education. And the next day, the same teacher will work with the same content, but with the rest of the class that didn't came to school that day. The next 10 kids. Okay, again, social distancing is there. The quality of the instruction is there, and so one day online, one day offline. So that is uh, my understanding of PST Global Academy, UAS, USA, hybrid school, and you can double check with Emma Pass on Twitter if this is correct. So just yeah, just I guess that's what I would do. Any questions, guys? Do you have any questions till now about different models? If you have any question, please let me know, and I'll give you about 2 minutes to ask your questions. So we have explored in-person model, in-person, and fully online and hybrid model, and I explained you. Uh, uh, I shared one of the best experiences that I know about the hybrid learning. This is PST Global Academy, and again, you can always visit her profile, Emma Pass, on Twitter, and you can download her booklet for free, and just that she's amazing. So your questions are coming. Yeah, models are interesting. Thanks. Okay. It's very interesting to hear about the hybrid school. Yeah. Yeah, we have those schools like for the last decade, maybe even more. We just didn't know about them. And then I wish I know about them, and I to be to be investigating those stuff before, not now. Do you do Peer Deck webinars? I did two of them. One of them in Azerbaijani and one of them in English. Both of them are on my YouTube channel. You can visit and you will see those webinars called How to Make Online Lessons Interactive. One of them is in Azerbaijani, one of them is in English. You can also check Peer Deck official YouTube channel, and there are lots of recorded webinars, and tutorial videos. And I would recommend to check Peer Deck official YouTube channel first, and if you can also check my video. I feel like they explain this stuff better than me, so I would recommend go to Peer Deck YouTube channel first, and then you can also check my video. Um, oh, you are in the middle of Indian Ocean. Yeah, you can check my YouTube channel, the same channel that you are watching at me now, and you will just scroll down a little bit. You will see a video called How to Make Online Lessons Interactive. So I have explained Peer Deck there. By the way, thank you for joining. Uh, um, so let's move on, guys. Let's move on. Now we are in the last section of our workshop today, which is about learning management systems, LMS shortly. All right, what is this? What does LMS do? Okay, so these are the, let's say, platforms for educators, for schools, to share teaching and learning resources, assignments, attendance, to take attendance, to do assessments, to share grades, to send report cards, to make a discussion boards, and of course for the parent communications, and etc. All of these stuff are done by learning management systems. Of course, we have different learning management systems, and they might have a little bit different functionalities, but most of the time they all support these stuff that you see on the screen. And I'll tell you some of them. We have Microsoft Teams, Canvas, Blackboard, Plus Portal, Schoology, Google Classroom. These are the main learning management systems that are used all over the world. And I want you to tell me which one you have used, maybe as a student, maybe as a teacher, and let's see what's the most common LMS within our meeting attendees and training attendees today. And I'll also talk about those Class Dojo and Google Docs, Google Sites, and Google Slides. You might a little bit surprised why they are there. I'll tell you, there is a reason. They are not a LMS, learning management system. For example, Class Dojo is not a learning management system. Google Doc is not a learning management system, but I'll tell you why are they there, or why they are there. And let me know which one you use or you have used before or you are planning to use in the next academic year. Okay, Google Classroom, we have Google Classroom. Of course, these stuff are something like your school decides, okay? Most of the time, you school subscribe for, and then you need to figure that out. You need to go with it, stick with it. So we have one person use Google Classroom. Wow, my favorite LMS. Let me see. Oh, let me give you some more time. You can still respond, guys. No worries. I gave you extra time. And this is how Pear Deck works. You can set a timer, you can ask multiple choice questions, text responses, draggable slides, drawing slides. Yeah, you can find it on Pear Deck official YouTube channel. If you want to watch my poor video, let's say, you can also watch it. It's on my channel. It is called How to Make Online Lessons Interactive. Alright, still waiting for your responses, guys. Is there anyone that used Plus Portals or Blackboard or Canvas? I guess Canvas getting more attention recently. Alright, let me wait a couple of more seconds. By the way, you might ask, we have started school. As you might see the icon over there, it says wear mask. We started school fully online, and school day finished here, and I am streaming from my classroom. Unfortunately, it is just me, and I missed the kids a lot. Hopefully, we'll see them in our campus soon. Okay, guys, we have only one person use Google Classroom. Wow, cool. So now, again, um, actually, the point why I'm talking about learning management system is the accessibility issue. Accessibility is a key, not only for online learning. Even if it is in person, you have some stuff that needs to be accessible to kids wherever they are, and LMS just comes in at this point. But there are some alternatives too, which they are free. They are not called LMS. They are not technically LMS, but they do the most of the stuff an LMS can do. For example, let's look at Class Dojo. By the way, guys, Class Dojo is free, totally free, and you can use it in any grade level. Mostly people use it in KG and elementary, or maybe middle school, but my view is you can use it in any grade level, in any subject area, It's amazing, and they have made a new update on it, and it is really amazing now. You can go and grab it and use it. If you, let's say, are doing a private, let's say, tutoring, online tutoring um, for you, it's not school related, you can use ClassDojo for your private kids. Okay, it's amazing. You can share resources, you can assign stuff, kids can respond to you back. They have their recent update is about worksheets. You can upload a worksheet and kids can type on those worksheets, which is amazing. You can totally stick with it. But if your school, let's say, already subscribed for one of the learning management systems on the top, like Microsoft Teams or Canvas, of course you have to use it. You have no choice. But if you can make your choice, I think you can make a choice for your private lessons. And I can recommend you can go with Google Classroom. Google Classroom is also amazing. You can use it for your private, like tutoring kids. You can set an account. It is if you have Gmail account, Google account, you can totally do that. And Google Classroom works fantastic with other Google tools like Google Docs, Google Slides, and other stuff. And now Google Docs. Google Docs might be strange to be in the list of learning management systems, right? But I'll show you some stuff, and you will not be surprised. You will love it. Let me tell you what that is. Okay, I will show you, let's say, Google Doc as an LMS. Okay, again, the people who might watch this video after on YouTube might say, Mr. Mardan saying Google Doc is an LMS. It's not an LMS. Okay, I agree. I totally agree with you. But you can make a sort of, let's say, fake LMS that does the majority of the stuff that any LMS can do on Google Doc. And I'll show you how. So Google Doc as a perfect access point. And this is how I use Google Doc as an additional access point along with my learning management system. I will show you my course syllabus. Okay. I have my contact information here, office hours, grading policy, supply list, and virtual classroom rules. Guys, I mentioned, let's say, classroom rules before. And this is actually these fancy, cool icons and the rules. I have taken it from Teach for Heart, Teach for the Heart, Miss Linda, my one of the favorite podcaster and educator. She is amazing, and you can download it from Pinterest for free. Okay, you can download it for free. I have just I didn't post it as a poster. I cut it a little bit and then I fit it into my course syllabus. So these fancy icons and rules I have inspired from Linda. Okay, she is not just posting on Pinterest. You can also visit her website called teachfortheheart.com, and you can listen to her podcast, her videos. She also have a YouTube channel. You should definitely check it out. So, and now here we go. So let's see. It says, please the links for all stuff that you need for each day. Okay, this is day 1, for example. And this document is shared with my kids. All right. And for day 1, for August 19th, okay, whatever a kid need is in this box. And I honestly, and actually to be honest, none of the LMS does this to you, does this for you. They put different stuff under different tabs. For example, let's say for any learning management system, you have a tabs for resources, you have a tabs for assignments, you have tabs for whatever grades or stuff. But on Google Doc, in my LMS, again, LMS, I have put everything in one spot, and kids can access all of these stuff with one click. Accessibility is 100%. One click, there is nothing less than one click, right? So now, this is a Google Doc. So I need a storage, and my storage is Google Drive, which is free, 15 gigabytes cloud storage. So if I need to share a, let's say, PDF document, I put it on my Google Drive, and I copy a shareable link, I generate a shareable link, and I put it here. For example, if, for example, it's not here, like I haven't uploaded any PDF here. Let's say I have a video here. It says how to submit homework. I have created a video and I have uploaded it on my Google Drive. And then when kids would click on this video, okay, this video will pop up and they will know how to submit their video. And it is one click away. And recording of the lesson, again, I record my lessons, I upload them on Google Drive, and I link them here. One click, they can watch the lesson recording at any time of their choice. And project, we also do a project, and again, this is also about project-based learning. And so kids can see their project, what it is about, and how to work on it. They can watch this video, and it explains everything related to that project. Okay. And Zoom session, we have daily Zoom session. How to join? It is over here. But if you think about learning management system, for learning management system, you need to post this stuff in under different tabs. So kids needs to go to different places for those stuff. Okay, I don't I don't say this is bad. This is not bad. This is good. This is organized. This is the way that learning management system works. But using Google Doc in my experience helped me a lot. Okay, I had less accessibility issues than others. I received less emails than other educators in terms of where is that, where is this, where is homework, how to submit homework, where is the Zoom link, for example. Okay, I shared this document with kids, and they know that for day one, whatever they need is in one single box. Okay, and creating this Google Doc is very simple. You just need to go to docs.google.com. Of course, you need to have a Gmail access, Gmail address, Google account, and it is free. You can make it. And for the people who you share with, they don't necessarily have to have a Google account. You can share it with anyone on the let's say, anyone with the link, and then they will click on it and they will access to it. And for example, for Zoom, you might say you don't want the people who is not your student to join, and there is Zoom for Education have that capability of restricting, like avoiding the unwanted people in your Zoom session. So this is, if you don't have it, and you can share it with anyone with the link, and you can restrict those links maybe if we have access to particular people. Actually, to be honest, this Google Doc works best if your kids have Google accounts. Okay. If they don't have it, basically, it will not work the way that you want it to be. So in my case, I share it with kids only. They can access it, and for the links, they also all have access to. For example, video they have access to, project they have access to, Zoom link they have access to. And the beauty with this Google Doc is everything is in one box. Kids don't need to lost in those tabs. Assignment, blah, blah, blah. Resources, let me go to resources tab, Of course, different learning management systems, they have different interface, but in terms of friendly interface, accessible interface, I think, like in my experience, none of them made me happy yet. Probably at some point we will have some, maybe there is some learning management system that works something in a similar way, but I don't know about it. Yeah, so that's why I use learning management system. I put the resources under different tabs, but at the same time, I shared this Google Doc, and I also asked kids to make a bookmark bookmark, in their bookmark bar, to have a one-click access to this document. And when this is day 2, they will go there and they have everything they need for the particular day. So that is, I highly recommend having this stuff, having something similar. But actually, guys, on this presentation, I have also listed Google Sites. You can do something similar on Google Sites. And some people also make a Bitmoji classrooms on Google Slides. The last option, Google Slide. If you want to go with something cool, something fancy, like your Bitmoji there, the board, and let's say you can make some pictures and you can hyperlink them. You can go with that. You can go with that. That I also you can. There is a Facebook group called Bitmoji Educators, something similar. You can, if you type Bitmoji, it will pop up. All right. You can check that group out. It is an amazing Facebook group, and you'll get tons of ideas about how to build your Bitmoji classroom on Google Slides. It is excellent. It's amazing. But me, I am, I go with this Google Doc. I like it more. I think this is better than Bitmoji Classroom. But some of you might disagree with me. That's okay. So I highly recommend whatever the learning management system you use, you should have either Google Docs or Google Slides, like I mean Bitmoji Classroom, as a additional supportive accessibility tool. Okay, and you will feel the difference. You will definitely feel the difference. It's a true story. Like I am a true like I am a real educator, and I am sharing this from my real experience. So just go for it and you will feel the difference. All right, any questions, guys? Any questions about learning management systems in the next 3 minutes, let's say? Any questions? If you have any questions, you can take your device, whatever device you have, second device. You can also use the same device. You just need to have a new tab, go to joinpd.com and enter the code. But in my case, I highly recommend to join with a different device, like a cell phone, iPad, tablet, or second laptop maybe you might have. So it works better that on the screen the kids see, let's say, me, or whatever I am sharing, and on their device they interact with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. Thank you for the nice words. I hope it is helpful, and I hope this video will stay like on YouTube as long as just my YouTube channel exists, hopefully forever. And so you can share the link with your colleagues, friends, whoever you think they might get benefit from. All right, so let me move on. How do you feel after a long day, guys? So you might feel really sleepy, a little bit disappointed that you wasted your time, or you might feel hungry, and just I will go and eat something after the session, or you might have different ideas, colorful ideas for your course design, for your virtual learning. different tools and different strategies that you are inspired that you will definitely check it out. So let me know, how do you feel? Oh, we have two people. Actually, I should make this dot a little bit bigger. For some reason, it is very small. Sorry for that. So actually, this dot it should be when you set like this sort of activity on Peer Deck, it tells you, it asks you how big you want that dot to be. It doesn't have to be dot. It can be uh, I don't know, plus, location icon, heart. So for some reason, my the size of the dot is not adjusted to the task I am asking you to complete. So this dot should be bigger than it is. So just sorry for that. All right, two people are have full of ideas after this session, and they are ready and they are inspired, which is cool. Look at me. So let's move on. Very cool. All right, guys, I just want to thank you all for joining us. For some reason, we had just a few people. Yeah, I hope if you are watching this, if you think it is good video, it is helpful video, I highly recommend it to share it with your colleagues, friends. Just yeah, and I also think you will get some inspiration from me. And yeah, that's it. And I hope, guys, however you started your school year, whether it is in person or fully online or a sort of hybrid model, I wish you the best of luck. We will survive, guys. We will survive. And this is a tough time, but we will survive. Just keep going, keep learning, stay safe, stay inspired. I'll see you in the next session. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day. If you have anything to say, you can type in the chat. I will reflect it on the screen.